Welcome to Meeple Mentor. I'm Jared and we're about to play Smartphone Inc. Let's take a look. I'll show you how. Feel free to pause the video as needed to follow along with your copy of the game. I'll be including content from the Kickstarter version in this video, so if you don't have what I'm describing in your copy, you can ignore it. For your convenience, I've added chapter timestamps in the description to the different sections of the tutorial. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below the video so you don't miss any of my latest content. In the game of Smartphone Inc., players take the role of CEOs over startup technology companies trying to produce and sell smartphones all over the world. Smartphones are a new device previously unseen. Will your company spend extra time developing its various features, be the low-price, high-quantity seller, expensive but sought-after phone, or the fastest to reach the hard-to-reach places of the world? Use your business acumen and pricing strategy effectively each round to make more money than your opponents. Your money earned is victory points. Be the one after 5 rounds with the most points and you'll win the game. Smartphone has one large game board that can accommodate all the player counts, but there's also a 2 to 3 player game board if you want to tighten up the gameplay. There are fewer areas to sell to and less improvements available. Otherwise, the gameplay is very similar. Lay out the victory point track board next to the main board. Give each player a set of planning pads, one with the black icon and one with the gray icon. Let everyone choose a color to be and take the tokens and player screen for it. The organizers are functional during the game, so take them and keep them in front of you. Each should have 12 progress markers, 18 office markers, and 20 goods markers. The colored player screens tell you your starting region, starting improvement tile, and starting space of the victory point track. The starting improvement tiles have the players' matching color on the backs to help you locate them. Each player places a cube of their color on the victory point track on the indicated start space. Then they each place one of their cubes on the price track at 5. It doesn't matter the order. Locate your home region shown on your player screen. Place one of your office tokens on the region in the leftmost office space there. When playing with less than 5 players, you'll add retailers to the game in certain locations. Each location on the map is noted as either small, medium, or large with a letter next to it. The retailer strips match the region sizes and are double-sided. For 2 players, place retailers on China, Canada, and the Caribbean. Then cover any medium-sized regions unoccupied by players starting offices. For 3 players, place retailers over Europe and the RSA, plus the medium-sized regions not occupied by players. For 4 players, cover Canada and the final medium region unoccupied by players. Put the phase marker token at the first space of the phase track and the round marker at the first space of the round track. Create a stack of the square yellow goods tiles to the right of the board. Shuffle the rectangular improvement tiles and create a face-down stack as well. Draw the top 5 tiles and place them face-up along the improvement block area of the board. Find the 6 square purple patent tiles and place them on their indicated spaces along the bottom of the board. Follow the technology symbols as a guide. Additionally, place a random technology tile in each area matching the symbols. The rulebook recommends for your first game to use the face-up sides of the tiles. In future games, randomize fronts and backs, or choose the ones you want to use in your game. The back of the tiles will have the corners in dark purple. The Kickstarter's update kit comes with some additional technologies to be used in the game, as well as other modular additions. I recommend you add in the directives module, which offers goals to go after during the game for extra points. Each directive gives 12 points to the person who claims it, with 1 player gaining a maximum of 5. To include it, shuffle the directive tiles and draw 5, 6, 7, or 8 tiles for 2, 3, 4, or 5 players. The rest aren't used. Place these near the board for everyone to see and read them aloud before starting the game so everyone knows what they can claim. Anytime a player meets the directive's requirements, they may claim the token for themselves. However, each player is limited to taking 1 per round. Should more than one player qualify to earn it at the same time, whoever is the active player will get it. You may choose not to take one to try to take it in a later round. To remind yourself you claimed a directive in the round, keep it face up in front of you. Then, at the end of the round, flip them face down. Some of the Kickstarter's new technologies include using the new CEO miniatures. At the start of the game, place your CEO in your starting region. During the logistics phase, you can move the CEO to any region by spending 1 progress token. Smartphone Inc. plays over 5 rounds with 8 phases followed in order each round. The phases are printed on the board. You should keep track of which phase you're in by moving the phase track token forward after each. Follow them left to right. First is planning, then setting prices, production, improvements, technologies, logistics, selling goods, and gaining victory points. After a round, players will return their sold goods on the board back to their supply. Then, any improvement tiles still on the board are removed from the game. Replenish the board with 5 new improvement tiles from the top of the stack. Next, no matter what price players set their goods at, reset them all to 5. Move the round marker to the next round, and return the phase marker back to the start of the 8 phases. After 5 rounds, players will check their victory point totals shown on the VP board. Then extra points are added to that total for earned patents, retailers, and directives. Whoever has the most points will win. In a tie, whoever has the most technologies wins. If still tied, whoever has the most patents. If still tied again, players share the victory. So how does it all work? It all comes down to how you use your planning boards. Everyone has the same 2 boards. Each has a front and back with differing arrangements of icons in them. The boards are a 2x6 grid of cells, whether empty or not. When doing the planning phase, each player will be secretly arranging the 2 boards together, one on top of the other. One board must cover between 1 and 4 cells of the other. Nothing diagonal, always parallel or perpendicular. For each cell covered up, no matter if it was an empty cell or not, you'll get to produce a good. So between 1 and 4 goods are produced, no matter what icons are visible. In addition to determining how many cells to cover up, you should be planning out which icons are visible and how many of each. Anything visible will be active. The icons you have shown will affect the entire round. So here's what happens. The first phase is planning. Each player should put up their privacy screens and secretly arrange their 2 planning boards as they wish for the round. The extra improvement tiles you earn can be used to cover up 2 cells on the boards to completely ignore the cells beneath. The tile on them replaces what was there. These smaller improvement tiles must cover 2 cells of the main boards without extending off. Note that the improvement tiles do not count towards producing goods. You can cover up other improvement tiles too, but not completely. If not using an improvement tile, or if you have any square goods tiles, keep them face down next to your boards. Each one will produce 1 good. The small goods tiles may never be placed on your planning boards. Once everybody's ready, the screens can come back down to reveal the boards. No one can change their arrangement throughout the round for any reason. In the second phase, everyone adjusts the prices of their smartphones. The price only affects the current round. Everyone's price always resets to 5 at the end of the round. On the planning boards, players add and subtract the red dollar signs visible. Each sign with the plus dollar symbol increases their price by 1. Each negative dollar symbol decreases the price by 1. When both are showing, add and subtract them to find the net price adjustment. Price will not only affect how much you make when selling a smartphone, but also the turn order for the rest of the round. The lowest priced player will go first. Turn order for future phases are lowest to highest price. Ties for price are broken by lowest victory points. If still tied, refer back to their starting victory point positions on the track. The next phase is production. Each player can do this at the same time. Everyone counts up the amount of goods they produce based on their planning boards and face-down improvement in goods tiles. Each covered cell from the 2 main planning boards produces a good, between 1 and 4. Then for each black goods icon visible, produce a good. Next, any face-down tiles and goods tiles each produce a good. Move your total produced goods from the supply section to the available section of your organizer. Sometimes technologies you have will produce you goods as well, so check those. From now on in the round, players should take turns in the newly established player order as set by the prices. In the improvements phase, each player will take either an improvement tile from the board or a goods tile. If you have the yellow improvement icon visible on your boards, you get to take one of the available improvement tiles. If you don't have the icon showing, you instead take one of the goods tiles. During the technologies phase, follow the turn order for players to try to invest in and gain technologies into their smartphones. The technologies and patents for them are all found along the bottom of the game board. At the start of this phase, players first collect progress tokens as indicated on their planning boards. For each purple gear icon, collect one progress token from your supply. On your turn, you may spend these as you wish into the various technologies. Any unspent tokens are lost, so you may as well place them all. Each technology has a buffering space to put your progress tokens. The number shown in the patent is how many it takes to earn the technology. The first player to earn the technology picks up the patent and keeps it for the end of game scoring. Whenever earning a technology, immediately place one of your office markers of your color in an empty space for them under the technology. Then collect back your progress tokens to your supply. For the rest of the game, you are considered to have this technology and have the benefit of the tile. However, if you would earn a technology outside of the technology phase, you must wait to claim it on the next technology phase. Once the patent is taken, the cost of earning the technology is lower, as printed on the board. Should another player then immediately qualify for the tech, they may place their office there and collect their progress tokens on their turn. Your placed progress tokens will stay on the board throughout the game until you earn its associated technology. They may not move or be reallocated. Some technologies have immediate effects, while others apply during a certain phase, as indicated in the corner. The number and color of the symbol tell you which phase the bonus is applied to. If no number, there's not a specific phase. And if you see the red dot attached to it, you should take the bonus immediately, and possibly each future round. If you have a question about the benefits shown on the tile, check the rulebook on pages 18 and 19. After technologies comes the logistics phase. Continue taking turns in player order. During this phase, you may expand your network of offices into new regions. A player may only have one office per region unless they have a technology or retailer effect that gives them that ability. Players will gain one progress token for each blue logistics icon visible on their boards. These may be placed into adjacent regions' buffer space. Adjacency is via the lines on the board that connect regions. The regions on the sides of the map will connect to each other following the lines as well. Just check the names shown. Once you place enough of your tokens to meet the required logistic number of the region, you may immediately add one of your offices to the leftmost open office space. Then collect back your progress markers there to your supply. By having an office in a region, you are allowed to sell phones there. Any unspent tokens are lost. If a region has no empty office spaces left, you may not expand there. After everyone's done doing logistics, move into the selling goods phase. Go in turn order according to price. You may only sell available goods, not from your supply. No one may sell goods in regions with a retailer tile. On your turn, you may sell to a region where your office is to available buyers. Along the bottom of the region are the buyers. The red square buyers will buy any phone but will pay up to a maximum amount. The purple square buyers will only buy a phone if it has a specified technology. They will pay whatever your asking price is. The 2 to 3 player board has some half and half buyers that could buy either via their maximum price or required technology, or both. Check your price and which technologies you have gained at the bottom of the board to see which buyers you can sell to. When selling a good, move it from your available goods area to the buyer's square. You may attempt to sell your goods in any region in any order. When selling your goods in a region, you must sell to the furthest left possible buyer first and continue left to right. Buyers only buy one phone each round, so skip any that have already bought one. If you can sell to the buyer, you must. Otherwise, skip them and sell to the first buyer you can. Continue in player order, leaving the goods on the buyers. The more players selling in a region, the fewer opportunities players have to sell. Selling order becomes quite important. Don't calculate anything yet in this phase. Just place your sold goods on buyers. The final phase of each round is calculating your money earned, which translates to your victory points. First, extra points are awarded to players who are controlling regions. For each region, look at who has sold the most goods there. A player must have sold goods in order to qualify for these extra points. In a tie, first place points goes to whoever's good was sold to the furthest left buyer. This player gains the victory points shown in the upper right corner of the rightmost office in the region. It doesn't matter whose office it is. In cases where there's a second victory point value in the bottom right, those points can be given to a second place in the region. Track the awarded points on the victory point board. If you ever gain more than 100, add another one of your cubes to the hundreds place and keep scoring from the top again. After giving points for region control, each player should count how many of their goods were sold to buyers. Add up the goods on the board in your color and multiply it by the price you designated for your phones this round. If you need help, refer to the multiplication tables printed on each player's privacy screen. Adjust everyone's points on the victory point board. The retailers are used on certain regions when playing with less than 5 players. No goods may be sold there. However, players may still expand to the region via logistics and place one of their offices there. Place your office on the furthest left open office space on the retailer strip. Then you immediately gain the shown bonus to the left. Each one has a one-time bonus, which must be taken immediately after placing your office. You may choose not to take it if you want. At the end of the game, players will gain the victory point shown where their office was placed in each retailer. The sooner you place your office, the more points you'll gain. These bonuses let you immediately produce goods. Place the number shown from your supply into your available goods section. These bonuses let you place the shown number of progress tokens onto the research space of any technology you choose. You may divide it as you want between technologies. Remember, you may not place an office to claim a technology until the technology phase. When you see the price bonus, you may immediately increase or reduce your price by 1. This retailer bonus lets you place a second office wherever you already have one. An open spot must be available. This retailer bonus lets you move one of your offices to a new region where you don't have an office. You may even move an office from a retailer to a new retailer. However, you won't gain the new retailer bonus. If you move your office off a retailer this way, slide everyone else's offices down to the left. The AI mode in Smartphone Inc. is named Steve. You may play a solo game using Steve as your opponent, or include Steve into your multiplayer games as an additional competitor. He can't be a 6th player though. 5 is still the most. To set up his AI, first place his gamepad next to the board and collect his pawn. If there is not a specific rule for Steve for an action, he must follow the standard game rules that apply to any player. When setting up the game, count Steve in as a player when considering retailers. Assign Steve a player color and give him the tokens and starting improvement tile. He does not need players' planning pads or a privacy screen. Place the starting improvement on the delayed improvement space of his pad face up. Place one of his goods tokens on the 5 space to set his price. After players place their starting offices and retailers are placed, select a starting region for Steve. Place his office in the largest region available. If multiple, then randomize it among them. Then move his pawn to the largest region available to him, following adjacent lines. Steve will take actions following the phases just like players. His price will determine when he takes his turn, just like a normal player. The following is what Steve does during each phase. During planning, give Steve one goods tile and move the improvement sitting on the delayed improvement space to the part of his pad showing his current round number. Always face up. All of his cells are active from the top on down the board, except for the delayed space. During the pricing phase, adjust his price based on the plus and minus dollar signs showing on all his cells. During production, move as many goods as are shown on his cells, plus the goods tiles he has, from his supply to the available goods section in his organizer. On Steve's turn during the improvement phase, he takes the topmost improvement tile and adds it to his delayed improvement space on his pad. In the next phase, count up how many technology cells he has, and collect that many progress tokens. If Steve is currently studying a technology, add more tokens there first. If not, he will add his tokens to the buffer area of the least expensive technology that still has a patent. If there are no patents left, he'll go for the least expensive technology he doesn't have yet. Steve never gains or uses the bonuses, but will get victory points from earned patents. In the logistics phase, collect as many progress tokens as are active logistics cells on his pad. First, add these to the region wherever Steve's pawn currently is. As soon as he gets to place an office in that region, move his pawn to the largest region adjacent to him where he doesn't have an office. If multiple are the same size and are options, move his pawn to the region with the fewest opponent's offices. If several, then move to the region in alphabetical order. When Steve moves to a retailer and places an office there, he does not ever gain the bonus. In the selling goods phase, Steve sells goods following normal buyer rules on his turn, respecting buyer's price restrictions and required technologies. Follow this priority order. First, sell a good in each region where he is the only player with an office. If he has more goods to sell, then sell one in each region where 2 or more players have an office, including him. If he still has goods to sell, he'll sell as many as possible in each region where Steve has the only office. If it's ever unclear which region to start with, choose the one first in alphabetical order. Any leftover goods he produced that he can't sell are discarded back to his supply. During the 8th phase, give him victory points like any other player, including region control bonuses. The back page of his separate AI rulebook has a great overview of his turns. Keep that nearby for reference. Included with the game is hardcore mode for those who want to spice up the game and make it more difficult to manage your smartphone business. Now some phases have extra steps and you'll have to pay for each active cell. After setting your prices in phase 2, follow turn order having players pay the bank for each active icon on their planning boards. The costs are shown for reference on the back page of the Update 1.1 rulebook. Add up your total cost. Each technology cell costs 3, logistics cells cost 2, and the added price and good production icons each cost 1. The yellow improvement icon is free, while the good icon showing the decreased price adds 1 back. For each unused improvement tile and goods tile you have, you may decrease your cost by 2. Your cost can never go negative, but your victory point total can. All payments are tracked on the victory point board. During production, you must pay 1 for every good you produce. In the research technologies phase, you'll gain the earned patents victory points immediately instead of the end of the game. Also, after you place your progress tokens on technologies, you must pay or earn interest. If you're in the negatives, you must pay 1 VP for every negative 10 points you have, rounding up. If you have more than 0 points, you earn 1 VP for every 20 points you have, rounding up. During the logistics phase using retailers, you should take the victory points for placing your office there as soon as you place it. Should you later move your office off the retailer, subtract those points from your total immediately. While doing hardcore mode and playing with the directives, gain their victory points as soon as you take the tile. Because of these changes, do not add points for patents, retailers, or directives at the end of the game since you already gained them. Everything else in the game is the same. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. Keep the rulebook handy and check BoardGameGeek.com for FAQs and extra content. Check the video description for links to Top Shelf Gamer for token upgrades, Cloud Puncher Games for board game shelving, and Mr. Meeple t-shirts for cool board gaming shirts. The Meeple Mentor channel is now part of the board game community, the Gateway Network, made up of great upcoming board game content creators. Originally founded by the Gamecasters podcast, the network includes Instagrammers, podcasters, YouTubers, artists, and even a board gamer-themed comedy series. Click the link in the video's description or head over to the Gateway Network's Instagram to find great new content. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Like and subscribe if you found this teaching helpful. Stick around to watch another Learn to Play video. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.